Alright guys, so we have the following problem. We want to write explicit formulas. So we need to know and remember, how do we write these to begin with? And let's do a little review here, guys. If you want to write an explicit formula, they all basically follow the same format. You have A of n equals. Again, the letter A, it could be any letter. It's just a letter that you use it to call it its name. It could be B of n, C of n, whatever. And so it starts like this. We always have our first term, or sometimes they call it initial, same thing. First term or initial term, plus. And then we have our common difference, the rule. What are we doing to it? Our common difference, parentheses, and this is always the same, n minus 1. So that's how to write a explicit formula. So let's begin. What is our first term in this case, guys? Remember? Our sequences go in order, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So our first term in this case would be the number 5. So the 5 goes in there. Now, what is our common difference? What are we doing over and over to these numbers? Well, aren't we adding a 3? So that'll be 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So there will be a plus, oops, the plus is already there, plus a 3, parentheses, n minus 1. So that's one way you write these in these explicit formulas. Now here's a catch though. There's actually 2 ways to write an explicit formula, and it's not a big deal. It's basically the same thing, but you simplify the equation. So let me show you a little way to do this. So we grab number 1, the first way to write it, and you just do this derivative property. So look at this. So we have 5 plus 3n minus 3. Combine like terms. We can combine the 5 and the minus 3. So the second way to write this is actually 5 plus 3 is a 2. So it's 2 plus 3n. It's the same thing. It's just simplified. So that's number 2. And it's important to know both of them because sometimes you might get number 2 as a multiple choice and not number 1. So you need to be aware of both of them. Again, it's the same thing no matter which one you use. If you were to plug in a number 2, look at this. Imagine there's a 2 on the end. What's 2 minus 1? It's 1, isn't it? What's 1 times 3? That's 3. 3 plus 5, that's an 8. We got our term. Plug in a 2 in this case. Plug in a 2 right here. What's 3 times 2? 6. Plus 2, that's 8. So it doesn't matter which one you choose to plug in. You get the same answer regardless. But you need to know both of them just in case. And that's the end of this lesson.